Hello and welcome to another Wednesday on the Den. My name is Aaron and I'm coming to you from Manchester, England. And it's going to be one of those videos where I'm basically having to record this fairly quickly, edit it quickly, and I'm sorry for the quality of the video because I've totally run out of time. Yay! So as you may have noticed, last week's video was from Edinburgh and this week's video I'm back in Manchester. Basically I was in Edinburgh until the middle of last week, and then since that point I've been working 9 days straight because I'm then off this weekend for Pride in Manchester. Yay! The last Pride of the season. Woo! So basically I haven't had any time really to record this video and I've totally forgotten. So it is now currently Tuesday morning and I am aiming to film and edit and put all of this video together in hopefully an hour or two. Which therefore means I'm really sorry it's not going to be great. So this week's video is all about our favourite games, and as you might be able to tell, I do like board games, more specifically Monopoly. But first of all, because it's not going to be mentioned in the list, yes, I'm not a big fan of team sports, physical sports and whatever, playing them myself. And I don't really support or follow any major games or teams or whatever. But I do quite enjoy rugby and watching the boys run around because their bums are lovely. And their arms. And their legs. In fact, their whole bodies. I just love rugby players. They seem to be just gorgeous. Well, not all of them, because that's just painting everyone with the same brush. But you know what I mean. Rugby is like porn on a pitch. But getting back to my top 3 games. So number 3 is Monopoly. Now you might ask, why have you got so many Monopoly games? Well, basically, when I was younger, I really liked Monopoly. And I was unusual because I had the American version of Monopoly compared to the UK version of Monopoly. So everyone would come around to the house and be like, can we play your Monopoly? Because it's got different street names. It's exactly the same game, it's just got different street names. And at that point, it was really exciting because there was different Monopolies in each region. But at that point, you didn't have SpongeBob Monopoly, you didn't have Disney Monopoly, you didn't have Monopoly for a particular city or university at that point. It was just regional, American, UK, Australia, etc. So it was quite exciting to play a different Monopoly. But now we have hundreds of the things. Now obviously I originally had my American version, I then got a Star Wars version, and because I went to Leeds University I got the Leeds University version. And then my mum caught on to this, that I liked Monopoly and I had several different sets. And so for Christmas I started getting different sets of Monopoly. So I now have the University of Leeds edition, SpongeBob SquarePants. Even though I don't like SpongeBob SquarePants. Kind of a traditional wooden one. Family Guy Monopoly. The Yorkshire edition. The Isle of Anglesey edition, because my mum went there on holiday. The Disney edition, with a pop-up castle and everything. The Star Wars Saga edition. The Star Wars Episode 1 edition. The Monopoly Here and Now with a credit card edition. And the Monopoly Here and Now limited edition. And I've still got a few more somewhere. I just don't know where they are. I even have the Make Your Own Monopoly somewhere. But you may have noticed some of them are still in their plastic because people don't like to play board games anymore. At least the people that I hang around with don't want to come round and play board games anymore. I don't know what that says about me or my friends, but yes. Have you also noticed that Monopoly is one of those games where everyone ends up fighting by the end of it because everyone gets so like, I want to win! Monopoly. One of those games which you have to win. Now there's lots of different video games and stuff that I like, and you know, Mario Kart's always a good game to go back to if you're bored and you don't really have anything much to do. But a game for gameplay ability for me has to be Pokemon. And I love Pokemon. I really can't wait until Ruby and Sapphire come out again with all the new Mega Evolutions and everything else. It's going to be amazing. Now the only problem with that is when X and Y came out, I got totally and utterly addicted to the game, and I would spend any free time that I had playing the game, and I can see that happening again. So when it does come out, I do get the game, and I still don't know which one I want. Probably Sapphire. Probably Sapphire. Yeah, I'm really sorry when I basically go off the radar and don't talk to anyone. Because unfortunately my life will be Pokemon. So if you want to talk to me about Pokemon, I'll be happy. But other than that, yeah, Pokemon. And my top game is a bit of a weird one. It's one of those lovely, weird car driving games that you play and involves physical violence. Now, the people that know me will know that I am totally addicted to this game and I love it and I'm a bit of a champion at it, and for some reason my eyesight seems to be really good when it comes to this. It is the Mini Punch game. But not just the Mini Punch game, there's actually 3 cars that you can punch for. So, yellow cars, Mini Punch, and Beetle Bug Blasts. Now, I'm not really sure what the original names for these games were, but they've kind of all been combined together and that's what I call them. So it's the yellow car, Mini Punch, and Beetle Bug Blast game. And basically you see one of those cars and you get to hit someone and cause bruises. And if, say, the Mini is yellow, you get to double hit them. Now then, there is rules with this game, and Ewan always likes to break them. But anyway, getting off track. If you hit them first for that car, and then they try and hit you, you get to hit them back, because you've already hit them for that car. Also, you're not allowed to make up your rules halfway through the game, Ewan. And you can't just suddenly start hitting me for bus stops, yellow lines and stop signs, because that's just not fair and that's not playing it right. Just because I'm better at the game than you are, you can't just make up rules so that you can hit me. But then also the game was taken to a whole new level this last year when Eric decided that you can also add in the number plates. Now, what do you do with the number plates or registration plates or whatever you want to call them? Basically, if there are 2 identical numbers next to each other or 2 identical letters next to each other, you're allowed to hit someone. So, if your registration plate was YB55AJO, then you could hit them because you had 2 55s. But when you punch someone, you have to say the reason why you're punching them. So, yellow car, Mini Punch, Beetle Bug Blast, double 5, double B, yellow Mini. Do you get what I mean? Anyway, this is a really fun game to play when you're driving somewhere because you get to beat the living shit out of the person next to you. And I get really competitive with it. And if someone hits me, then I get really annoyed because I'm just like, no! You couldn't have seen the car before me. But yes. So, next time you go driving, play the beating up your friend game, also known as Punch Buggy. So, those are my 3 favourite games. Monopoly, Pokemon, and punching people in the car. And obviously I also like watching rugby, but, you know, actually playing a game, I don't play any games because I'm too lazy and have too much stuff on my plate. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. I will see you next Wednesday. There will be some sort of update about what Manchester Pride was like, because it's this weekend and it's really exciting. So if you go into Manchester Pride and you see me about, say hi, give me a cuddle, because I like cuddles and I like warm hugs. So if you liked today's video, not really sure why, because it's been rushed and dreadful and horrible, but if you do like today's video, then you should press like. You should share it with your friends, and also subscribe to the channel so that you can see everything that we do. I'm here on every single Wednesday, and then there's Greg on a Thursday, and Will on a Tuesday, and other people as well. Evan, Eric, Spencer, Dan. Dan, are you back yet? I think you're back yet. I think you were back on Friday. Goodbye!